brass. What's going on YouTube? It's your man Drew E46 coming back at you once again with a new video. I told you guys about me replacing my flywheel, so I want to show you guys something. When I rebuilt my motor last time, I put this brass pivot pin in here. I'm going to pop it out. I already loosened it so you can see it. But if you take a look at that, this is brass, mind you. This is what it's supposed to look like. I just put this in here 2 years ago. So stay away from the brass, go with the stainless steel. I can give you the part number here from FCP Eurosports, like always. So go ahead and do yourself a favor and make sure you get the stainless steel one. Do not use the brass. All right, so here we are underneath the car. Here's our pressure plate and our clutch and flywheel assembly. I got all new bolts. I got a new flywheel. The clutch is pretty much new. I put about 1,000, maybe 2,500 miles on it. And here are all of our new parts. We're also going to be replacing the rear main seal. That's the rear main seal, the gasket. Here's the hardware for the flywheel. That's the pilot bearing. These are the new bolts for the pressure plate. We're also going to be doing the center support bearing. And these are the bolts for the rear main seal. Here's our new flywheel. Regular stock flywheel. Our flywheel that we have on there is pretty much all done, but here are all the parts and part numbers. And I can't say it again or enough, but shout out to FCP Euro for all of the parts. We're going to go ahead and start taking the clutch assembly out, and we'll get the flywheel, old flywheel out, and we'll get it in there, get it torqued in, and we'll be done with this. We'll do the center support bearing and the rear main seal and everything all at once. So just stay tuned and I'll get right back to you. All right, so back when I had first did my engine rebuild, and there's a locking plate that goes inside here. I actually took it out when it was on the floor and I wasn't supposed to, so I can give you a chance to actually see what I was talking about. So these little springs are supposed to be collapsed. So I have it here in the press. So what you do is you push these little plastic clips back here. So I'm over here with the screwdriver on this side. Now if you watch here, once I push on a piece of plastic, it'll actually collapse the springs. That's actually resetting the pressure plate. So then that way, this is a self-adjusting clutch. So that way when you put it in and you press the clutch, it'll adjust itself. So just wanted to show you guys a little pointer on how to reset a pressure plate on an E46 M3. All right, so little trick for you. We're gonna get this pilot bearing out using some bread. We're just gonna pack the bread up in there. Pretty sure you guys seen this done on the internet plenty of times. So I told my homeboy to ask his dad to bring some bread. He brought some bread, all right. Half a loaf. All right, hold on, let me grab a hammer. Let me get a real hammer.
Andy, do you need a tiny extension to keep? That's what I use the hanger in.
What size socket do you use when you do?
I use an extension. I don't use a socket.
What do you use? 3/8?
Yeah. Man, what is this?
Here, put some more bread in there.
Pilot bearing talking about?
Here, some more right here. Told you we should have used Texas toast.
You probably should. You want to know what it is? I think we're still filling it in. I don't think there's enough bread in there.
Yeah.
No, recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm telling you, this is still going to take a hot minute.
So we're gonna keep filling this up with some more bread. Once it starts to move, I'll come back to you. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
It's moving.
No, it's about to come out. Watch. It's getting to the point where the bread is going to have nowhere to go.
How much was a real tool to take that out? You fucking.
Too much.
Somebody stole your car. What?
Oh, shit. He ain't going to get far with that head gas. Need some more bread?
Yeah, some more bread.
Bro, I'm telling you, yo, it's like, yo, there's a couple of slices got to go into this thing, right?
Now I only put one so far.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I have to start using the crust only. I want to start using the crust only because it's harder.
I was like, I was driving your car. I went first, second, third, fourth, right? And I got to about front of central. Fucking fifth gear, yo.
Oh, really? I feel like the fifth gear is a lot easier in that car than it was in the e46.
That's the first time I tried it. Is that the first time I tried it on?
Yeah, that's the first time you drove down.
And here it comes. Here it comes.
Oh, shit.
A little bit more. Need to pop right out of there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you put your bread in a toaster. Pops right up.
Right.
Stop.
I took your cigarette out the back windshield too.
Oh, that's fine. You could have drove away with that shit.
I took it out.
Oh, dang. You put a
Right.
cigarette on my fucking back windshield, dog? That's a smoke-free zone right there.
Hey, fuck you.
All right, Andy. Here it is.
Go ahead. I'm recording. Here it comes. A little bit more dough up in that bitch. Spit on it.
It'll make the dough soft.
Yeah, I heard of people doing this with wet bread.
Really?
Yes.
Probably doesn't make it easy. Ooh. Yep.
That shit came out good.
Yeah, here it is.
Whoa, whoa, chill.
Shit's out, yeah.
Ah.
All right, so it came out. Let me see. We got it out. We don't need bread to put it back in though. So we're gonna clean up all that bread that's in there, and we're gonna get the new one. We're gonna put it in. Let's see here. I think I brought a socket that's the same size as the bearing itself. Let me just double check. You got the old one? Bearing?
A flathead? Yeah.
So yeah, we got a 15/16 socket, and it's damn near the same exact size as the bearing. So we're gonna use this to tap the new one back in, and this one doesn't look bad, but I'm in here, might as well replace it. Actually, the thing doesn't even spin. So here's the new bearing. We'll go ahead and pop that in. Once we get this half a loaf of bread out of here.
We'll leave some in for.
No, we
fiber.
don't. No, we don't need that shit smelling like toast when I'm driving down the street. Here, hit it with some brake parts clean.
Here's a fucking chunk. You all right?
Hit it with a little bit of brake parts clean. Just make sure we ain't got no crumbs in there. Here's a new bearing. I'll take the brake parts cleaner. All right, so that pilot bearing is now installed. Good to go with that. We got the center support bearing done. And there's the old one, the old bearing. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting this flywheel installed. Be right back with you. Okay, we're getting the flywheel in here. I'm the cameraman right now. I got 2 other technicians helping me. Yeah, all done.
Oh, and here's I'm making sure that none of them come loose.
You just put a line on each one. What the fuck? I just fucking inked it up. There we go. Sweet. So all the flywheel bolts are torqued. Mark them so that way we know which ones all been torqued. So we good. Now we got to put the pressure plate on and get the clutch in.